Can your thoughts actually shape your reality? Can simply thinking about success, love, or money magically pull them towards you? What if I told you the idea behind the law of attraction isn't just modern philosophy, but deeply rooted in the world's oldest religions? From Hindu mantras to Islamic duas, Buddhist mindfulness to Christian prayer. In this video, we will uncover what different religions have taught us for centuries about manifesting your reality through thought and intention. And at the end, I will give you a powerful bonus ritual that can shift your energy instantly. So stay tuned. If you're interested in spiritual life changing videos like this, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. Let's dive in. Before we dive into religious wisdom, let's quickly understand the basic idea behind the law of attraction. You attract what you are, what you think, you become. It's the belief that your thoughts carry energy and that energy sends a frequency into the universe, which brings similar energy back to you. So, if you think positive, feel abundant, and expect success, you are more likely to experience those things. But if you constantly think negatively, fear failure, or feel unworthy, you attract struggle. The law of attraction isn't about wishing and waiting, it's about thinking, feeling, and acting in alignment with your desire. But here's a twist. Long before the term law of attraction became popular in self help books or The Secret, the same principles were hidden in scriptures, prayers, and spiritual practices across the globe. Let's start with one of the most ancient philosophies in the world, Hinduism. Hinduism is deeply spiritual and philosophical, centered around karma, dharma, meditation, and universal energy. Let's explore how Hindu teaching align with law of attraction. First, belief creates reality. Bhagavad Gita 17.3. In the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says, "Man is made by his belief, as he believes, so he is." That's the law of attraction in one line. Your beliefs are the filter through which you experience life. If you believe you are unlucky, broke, or stuck, you will stay in that vibration. But if you believe deep down that you are worthy, that universe supports you, and the abundance is your birthright, your outer life will start to reflect that. Second, karma is not just action, it's thought. Karma is often misunderstood as what goes around comes around, but it's deeper than that. Karma is not just physical action. Every thought, emotion, or intention you hold also has karmic energy. If you constantly think of fear, you attract fear. If you think about generosity, you receive abundance. This is why ancient rishis stress the importance of purity in thought, not just in behavior. Third, Sankalp Shakti, power of intention. In many Hindi rituals, there is something called Sankalp, a declaration of intention made before beginning any spiritual act. It's believed that when your intention is clear, universe begins to cooperate. That's the foundation of modern day affirmation, vision boards, and manifestation rituals. You are programming your mind and aligning with universal energy. Have you ever manifested something by focusing your thoughts? Drop a comment below and share your experience. You might inspire someone to. Buddhism. The mind is everything what you think you become. Let's move to Buddhism, a religion, a philosophy built entirely on mastering the mind. Buddha didn't speak about manifestation directly, but his teachings strongly reflect law of attraction principles. Everything starts with thought. One of Buddha's most famous quotes, "We are what we think. All that we arise with our thought. With our thoughts, we make the world." That is exactly what modern law of attraction teachers say. Your internal world creates your external world. Second, dependent origination. This Buddhist principle explains how things arise from cause and effect. Thought, feeling, action, and then result. If your thought is based in fear, your result will mirror that fear. If your thought is rooted in love, confidence, or abundance, your actions will follow suit, and so will the results. Buddhism teaches you become aware of this cycle and break it with mindfulness. Third, right thought. Buddha taught the Eightfold Path, which includes right thought, meaning think positively, releasing negative anger, holding compassion, not jealousy. These thoughts radiate energy into the universe. The more you practice right thought, the more peace and abundance you naturally attract. 4. Metta, loving kindness meditation. This is one of the most powerful tools for manifestation. In metta meditation, you send out wishes like, "May I be happy, may I be safe, may all beings be happy." You are literally radiating love energy, which return to you often in unexpected beliefs. Would you like a guided version of the Metta meditation to use daily for attracting peace and abundance? Type yes, Metta in the comments and we will make it for you. Many people think the law of attraction is against Christianity, but if you read the Bible closely, you will find that Jesus himself taught principles of manifestation, just in a different language. Let's break down the most direct statement from the Bible. First, ask, believe, and receive. Jesus said, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it and it will be yours. This is exactly what modern law of attraction teaches. Ask clearly, believe it is already yours, receive with gratitude. In manifestation language, this is visualizing your desires, feeling them as done, and then watching them showing up in divine timing. Second, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. This famous line echoes Buddha and the Gita. Your inner belief shape of outer life. If you believe I am poor, I am not worthy, or life is unfair, that becomes your experience. But if you believe I am guided, I am chosen, and I am provided, life begins to reflect those beliefs. Third, prayer is equals to manifestation ritual. In Christianity, prayer isn't beginning, it's aligning with God's will. When you pray with faith, gratitude, and conviction, you are shifting your energy. You are saying to the universe or God, I trust you, I believe it's already done, I am ready to receive. Just like law of attraction teaches, you are not just asking, you are claiming. Fourth, but what about don't love money or avoid ego? Yes, Christianity warns against greed, ego, and attachment. But here's a deep layer. Wanting wealth is not wrong, worshipping it is. Wanting success is fine, obsessing over it is not. You are not meant to live in abundance, but stay grounded in humility and purpose. When your intentions are clean, manifestations become a spiritual act, not a selfish one. What is one Bible verse that has inspired your mindset or faith journey? Share it below, it might lift someone else up today. Many people don't realize that Islam beautifully aligns with the law of attraction, but it uses different language and deeper submission. Let's explore the key teachings. First, dua is equals to direct manifestation. Call upon me, I will respond to you. That's powerful. When you wake dua, you are energetically placing your request into the divine. But unlike wishful thinking, dua comes with faith, gratitude, and tawakkul, complete trust in Allah's plan. This is where Islamic manifestation stands out. It combines intention with surrender. Second, tawakkul, which means trusting the timing. Manifestation isn't just about getting what you want, it's about believing it will come in the right way at the right time. In Islam, tawakkul means I have done my part, now I fully trust Allah to do what's best. That's powerful law of attraction energy. Because when you release resistance, things manifest faster. And whoever put this trust in Allah, then He will suffice him. 3. Niyyah, intention is everything. In Islam, every action starts with niyyah, the intention in your heart. Whether you are praying, giving or fasting, if your intention is pure, your act is blessed. This is the same as manifestation teaching. Let's say, your energy matters more than your actions. Islam focuses deeply on why you want something, not just what you want. Fourth, gratitude multiplies blessing. If you are grateful, I will surely increase you. Gratitude is the highest vibration in the law of attraction. When you thank the universe or God in advance, you attract more reasons to be thankful. In Islam, gratitude is both a state of being and a magnet for abundance. Have you ever made a dua that later came true in a magical way? Share your story in the comments. Your testimony may increase someone's faith. Sikhism is one of the most spiritually rich religion when it comes to understanding the law of attraction. Even though it doesn't use that exact term, the core principle is hukam, divine will. Let's break it down. Hukam is equal to flow of the universe. According to Guru Nanak Dev Ji, hukam raje chalna Nanak likhiya naal. Live in harmony with the divine will. Nanak says this is pre-written for all. This means everything in the universe is happening by hukam, divine order. Here's the catch. When your thoughts, emotions and actions are aligned with hukam, life becomes effortless. You'll stop struggling against life and start flowing with it. That's essentially what the law of attraction teaches. Don't force, align and let it flow. Second, Naam Simran, which is high frequency mind. In Sikhism, chanting the Naam of Divine, Vaheguru, is not a ritual, it's a vibrational practice. By focusing on divine name, you raise your internal vibration. And what happens when you vibrate rises. You attract better opportunities, you feel more love and peace, your fears and doubts dissolve. This is exact foundation of modern day affirmations, gratitude rituals and vibrational techniques. Jin harb japiya se har hoye. Those who meditate on the Lord become like the Lord. Seva. This is something missing in most modern LOA teaching. Sikhism teaches that when you give selflessly, without expectation, you are actually creating karmic credit. The more love, help, kindness you give without asking, the more the universe give you in return. That's law of attraction in action, but with heart. Have you ever helped someone without expecting anything and then life rewarded you in surprising ways? Drop your story in the comments. It might touch someone's heart today. Every religion we explored, Hinduism, Buddhism, Christianity, Islam, Sikhism, they may use different words, but they all say this: your thoughts matter, your intention is sacred, your energy you give returns to you. You are not just a boy, you are a creator. God is not only outside you, God is also within you, responding to the vibration you send. So, whether you call it God, universe, source, Vaheguru, Allah, Shiva, or pure consciousness, know this: you are born to co-create your reality, and the first step is simply becoming conscious. If this video opened your eyes to the ancient truth behind manifestation, smash that like button to support more content like this. Make sure you subscribe and turn on the bell, because we go deeper into the unseen laws of reality in every video. Comment your biggest takeaway below. I read every single one of them and they inspire me to keep creating for you. You don't need to beg the universe, you don't need to chase your dreams, you just need to align and allow. Because when faith meets frequency, miracle happen and they are waiting for you.